I'm spitting the truth. When I'm in the booth, I take you to school. This ain't a lesson. I put on this armor like it was my weapon. I'm stepping, the ops can leave. My props are these utilities he put inside of my belt. Feeling me, it's just the face I can tell. But really the king is the one you can smell. Ha, this ain't been new to me, a news to me. I came out the womb unique. Shine bright like jewelry. Of course you.
State Baseball Championships, and after some weather took Canal Park by storm, it's Division 5 that gets to put a bow on the weekend. The number 1 team in the division has pulled their weight as the Waynedale Golden Bears are back in a state title game after a year's absence. Can they get the job done to win their 3rd trophy in 4 seasons, or will the shoe fit for D5 Cinderella? The Graham Local Falcons are 1 win away from one of the most impressive runs in recent small school baseball history. Stay tuned, it's Bears versus Falcons, live and free on the OH Report. Next.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience. OH Report brings you local high school sports coverage like nobody else. In football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, softball, soccer, wrestling, track and field. If it's happening in our area, we're streaming it.
Time now for your United Fencing pregame show here on the OH Report. My name is Jonathan Langdon, Travis Berardi alongside me from Canal Park in Akron for the final game of the weekend here in the OHSAA State Baseball Tournament. Division 5 gets to wrap things up. The Waynedale Golden Bears taking on the Graham Local Falcons. Number 1 going up against a team that we, to be quite frank, did not expect to be in this position here tonight.
No, and I mean, before the game, looking at their statistics, you're thinking, man, this team, how did they get here? But it's a Cinderella story. It's a team that, you know, their pitching's gotten hot. They've gotten timely hitting, and that's what you need when you get here into the state championship game, and they need to do one more major job to pull off the upset.
This team's 3rd appearance as a program in history, and they've reached the title game all 3 seasons, so they're right where they want to be. This is the perfect recipe also for a Cinderella. 10 seniors on the squad, all playing for their careers. Of course, they'll end today either way, but they got all the way here. Why not finish it off?
Absolutely. If you're going to make it here, you might as well win the whole blanking thing like they did in Major League. But standing in their way, though, is number 1 in the state, a team that was down to its final 9 outs. Well, actually, final 7 outs. 2-out Lightning got Waynedale over number 2 Coldwater in what I thought could be the state championship game, but you cannot overlook Graham. But this is a Waynedale team that they're experienced, and they should not do that tonight.
And the run that they are on is unmatched for the most part. They're trying to match Moeller for one of the best 4-year stretches in recent history in this century, when Moeller, back in the early 2010s, was able to win 3 out of 4 state championships, reaching the state tournament all 4 seasons, just like what Waynedale's trying to do here today.
And they got the guy on the mound that they need to do the job. Koblenz did exactly what they needed him to do against number 2, but you have a very sensational sophomore in Logan Troyer.
Yeah, Logan Troyer, 8-1 on the season. He's pitched the most innings for this crew, so it just felt like everybody knew at the end of things here in the state championship game, he would be the one to have the ball in his hands. A southpaw, 1.26 ERA, very dangerous, especially with his breaking pitches.
Yeah, and just, I mean, to have a guy like Koblenz, you know, teach you the ropes to get you in there, he's ready for a very big spot for him.
Player spotlight on the other side for Graham Local is the other starting pitcher that we'll see obviously in the bottom half of the first, but he's also an ace himself. He started in the game in the state semifinal, but of course that was played both Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
The rain came. He ended up sitting out, letting Adam Levy take the reins last night.
Take the reins, thanks to the rain. And yeah, it was one thing where they went into the rain delay and he was under 30 pitches, so he was able to get the day off. And a man they wanted to get in here, they got him to do so. And we're about ready to see what he can do against this Waynedale offense, and we're ready to see what Mr. Troyer can do against this Graham batting lineup.
Reminder to you fans listening in live and free, we are going to move to an audio cast due to OHSAA regulations as we are now underway. The first pitch is in for a strike, as leading things off today is Owen Powell for Graham Local.
359 on base, 330 average.
Next pitch from Troyer, breaking ball, swung at early, chopped up the middle, scooped up by the second baseman Shane Koblenz. He throws to first. Evan Yoder makes the catch for out number 1.
And just like what we saw with Koblenz,
next pitch from Troyer, breaking ball, swung at early,
contact,
chopped up the middle, scooped up by the
very good infield. Also, got to shout out the outfield too. This is a very good defensive team for Waynedale.
So Powell's retired. Up next, another senior, Zach Wieland, 213 average this year. As another breaking ball is in for a strike right down the middle of the plate. Logan Troyer looking to just try and cruise on through this lineup for Graham Local that has been hot as of late. Next pitch from Troyer. Swung on, grounded just over Steiner. Went off his glove, went behind him. That's the first hit of the game for Graham Local, as running it out is Wieland.
Yeah, just a tough break there for Waynedale, as Steiner had to go up the ladder for it. Did knock it down, because if that drops into left field, he's a chance with the speedster to get maybe a double out of it, but he's able to knock it down enough. And again, soft contact. just this time, a good bounce for Graham as they get their first base runner of the game.
So Wayland was 0 for 3 in their last game. Gets a base hit here to start things off for Graham Local. He's at first. Short lead from him. First pitch to the new batter. Holden Dunham is fouled off towards Graham Local's side on the first base dugout. Holden Dunham, another senior, .338 average. Look over to first. They'll throw that way. Wheeland is in safely. Wheeland just 3 stolen bases this year. But this team does like to run a little bit more than Waynedale has this year, but not nearly as much as they had to deal with yesterday or 2 days ago when they played Coldwater.
And it was, as we expected, a 2-1 battle between the top 2 teams.
Next pitch, fouled back. So up ahead 0-2 goes Troyer in the count. Holden went 0 for 3 while attributing a run against Lynchburg Clay, the number 6 team in D5 that Graham Local was able to dethrone yesterday. Troyer set from the stretch, looks over to first. He'll throw that way. Wheeland is back safely. So Logan Troyer, his pitch repertoire, fastball, slider, changeup. Nothing he throws today will likely touch 80. Much slower arm than we saw with Koblenz, who hits the 90s with his fastball.
But he can locate, which is very pivotal for somebody that does not get the velocity up into the mid to high 80s, low 90s. But if you can locate anything, you're off to a good start.
Had another check to first. Troyer has the ball back. Now he'll go to the plate. Here's the pitch. Curveball popped up in the infield. Logan will take this himself in foul ground. About 10 feet in front of the catcher. There is out number 2.
Just, again, got the off speed way out in front of it. Easy pop-up. Normally, you let either the catcher or the third baseman get it, but, you know, Troyer, a little amped up, says, I got this, I'll make the catch. 2 down.
Probably the best hitter to the plate right now for the Falcons, Adam Levy. Definitely had a heck of a game yesterday against Lynchburg Clay. First pitch in for a strike, so Troyer gets ahead on him. Levy took over, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, also pitched to Jem, striking out 8.
566 on base. We got ourselves a pickle.
Yeah, they threw over to first. Runner took off for second, and now he's fighting between these Waynedale defensemen. Fake throw to first. Koblenz holds onto it the entire way, dives to first base. They got him just barely. Zach Whelan not able to get back to first base. And for the second time in this state tournament, Waynedale is able to pick off a runner between bases. Well done by the Golden Bears. We'll take a break. We stay scoreless as we head to the second.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Welcome back on the OH Report for this live audio cast. Jonathan Langdon, Travis Berardi, Brandon Powell, your camera operator today for our video feed. You'll get to watch after the game today. Adam Thompson, your producer as well. This is our last broadcast of the year as we sit now in the bottom half of the first. Graham Local will pitch now to the number 1 team in Division 5, the Waynedale Golden Bears. And on the mound is another senior for this crew. Of course, we said they've got 10 seniors on this squad. Hayden Van Hoos is the ace for this team. Usually you pitch them in the state semifinals, but that rain delay changed things, and now they've got their number 1 arm out there.
Yeah, pitched 2 innings 2 innings of that game. Went out to a 2-0 lead as well. But then after that, they said, hey, we'll go with somebody else tomorrow, a fresh arm. Don't want to throw him again. Pretty much unable to. So they saved him for the championship game. So it was kind of a tough luck, but worked out situation for him as Shane Koblenz, man who helped keep that rally going in the 5th inning, up to the bat here. Over half the time, he gets on base, Jonathan.
So the first team All-Ohioan steps up to the plate. First team All-Ohio for the 2nd consecutive year. Both years as a pitcher, but as a hitter, he is just as lethal as he sits in the right-handed batter's box. Another southpaw. First pitch in for a strike on the inside corner as Hayden Van Hoos, the lefty, hits at about 80 miles per hour on his fastball. He was at 80 right there. 0-1 count to Koblenz. This one outside, almost got away from the catcher Wieland.
Yes, but also at the time, they saw 80 to 85 2 days ago as well, so it's nothing new for them.
High leg kick on the pitch, and Koblenz fouls that back just in front of our box here, just behind home plate off to the left. Koblenz is down 1-2 in the count. Shane actually got his average up over 400 for the first time since the beginning of the season in the last game. Here's the pitch to him. Was fooled on a breaking ball, swung early, but he did just foul it off towards his buddies in the third base dugout.
Yeah, 2 for 3, scored the go-ahead run in that 2-1 victory over Coldwater. Cam Miller with the big swing with 2 out. Big rally by Waynedale to keep their season alive.
He's had some great hitting performances, especially in the latter end of the postseason. He also went 4 for 5 against Cardinal Mooney in the regional semi. And this one hit him. That breaking ball went right into the batter's box, hit him on the front leg, and Koblenz has first base. So one senior gets on, another one steps up. It's the lefty, Tristan Franks, who has been very, very patient. That was the word that we used a lot to describe him against Coldwater. He went 1 for 1 in the game because he was able to work a walk. He's also sacrificed. He sacrificed in the first, in fact, against Coldwater. We'll see if he does it again.
Look to do it. However, the patience comes from the mustache. I have to mention it. Every stream I do, the best mustache in baseball in the state of Ohio. I mean, look at that thing up on the scoreboard. It's amazing, but it goes with the guy that's not at bat.
Squares the bunt here. He's already down 0-1. Gets this one down perfectly right in front of the pitcher. Third baseman comes over, scoops and throws. Dunham retires Franks for out number 1. Koblenz sits at second.
Exactly what they wanted to do there. Gets the sacrifice, and just like that, Waynedale threatening here in the first.
And they've got their hero up to the plate. Cam Miller hit the RBI single, not just 1 RBI, 2 RBIs. Scored both of the runs against Coldwater in the 5th that they would hold on to inevitably to win 2-1 against Coldwater. Here's the pitch to him. Swings at the first one, fouls it off out of the park in right field. So Cam Miller this year, .394 average, 27 RBIs. That leads the team. That put him over the edge 2 days ago with his clutch moment. Breaking ball into the zone. Very good command early here from Hayden Van Hoos. He's up ahead 0-2.
I saw this in the short amount of time we saw him pitch a couple nights ago. He's able to get that control, and they were amped up that night. They need to get that again.
Next pitch just misses outside. Graham Local fans not happy.
Hoofa.
Big crowd here today for St. Paris Graham Local. Just to our near side of the first base dugout, a big lump of them. Next pitch also just misses outside. That time a curveball as we move even 2-2.
Just curved around the black of the plate. Evens the count.
Look back to second. Koblenz short lead. Van Hoos steps off.
Koblenz does have 22 stolen bases on the season. He is a running threat.
Another look back, high kick, here's the pitch. That one in there on the low part of the zone. At the knees, Miller takes it for strike 3. That is out number 2 here in the frame, and now Jordan Miller, who has had his struggles lately, will look to try and reverse things in a state championship game to potentially score the first run of this one. Van Hoos, another leg kick. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball inside, nearly hit Miller the same way he did Koblenz earlier. Whole lot of movement on that breaking ball early in this game.
It's untouchable when he has control.
That time he goes with a fastball right down the pipe.
79 on the gun there.
1-1 count. Runner on second here for Waynedale in the bottom of the first. Next pitch from Van Hoos. Misses low. Jordan Miller 0 for his last 10. Looking to try and reverse tides. Koblenz nearly went, and Van Hoos stepped off, and Shane was able to retreat back to second. Nobody was covering. Looks like now Levy, the shortstop, will keep him honest.
Opens up a bit of the hole in the 6 hole. Now he goes back.
2-1 count inside, called a strike. We're even at 2. Miller looked back to the coach, wasn't too happy about that, but he steps right back into the box. He's locked in, ready to go.
They are crowding the plate here tonight as well.
The 2-2. Breaking ball swung at early, fouled off towards the camera guys in the third base dugout.
Just got to fight off those pitches. Get one to hit. Give your team a 1-0 lead.
Van Hoos takes some time before stepping on the rubber. Now we're all set to go. 2-2 count, 2 gone, runner on second. Here's the pitch. Swung on, swing and a miss. Dropped by the catcher, he picks it up. Miller didn't run. He gets tagged in the right-handed batter's box, and that's a strikeout for Van Hoos, and that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits, just a base runner stranded for Waynedale at second base. As we take a break, head back to the second. It's 0-0.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
And we are back here from Canal Park in Akron. D5 State Championship wraps up proceedings for the 2024-25 school year.
And our final stream of the 2024-25 year. Can you believe it? This was year 9 of me covering high school sports.
Big 1-0 on the way next year.
Yeah.
Troyer gets us started. Breaking ball. Adam Levy swings and misses. You may recall he was at the plate in the last inning. Golden Bears were able to pick off Zach Wieland at first base, so Levy gets another crack at it as he's down 0-1. Next pitch from Troyer. Another slow one, misses outside. Waynedale taking on Graham Local here today. Two teams that know each other pretty well, not just here obviously today, but in the wrestling mats as well. Two top programs right now. Swinging a ground ball, Levy gets that over to short. Tough bobble from Jordan Miller, but he's able to recover with his bare hand, throw it to first just in time for out number 1.
That was a very good play by Miller. Instead of freaking out after bobbling it, still had the presence of mind to just barehand it, get a good throw off the first. The runner wasn't as fast, and he got the play.
Up next is Brayton Reisinger. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it off to right field. But talking about the wrestling from both of these teams, Waynedale this year actually just sent 8 wrestlers to the tournament. They finished 3rd. Graham Local won the state tournament at wrestling. They won their 26th title, which is 2nd in all of high school. Swinging a grounder from Reisinger right back to the pitcher. Troyer takes a jog to first, throws it over to Yoder for out number 2. But 26 state wrestling titles, that's second only to St. Edward.
So you're saying they're good? That is...
I can tell you they're good. I'm sure other people we know could tell you better.
Yeah. And Waynedale as well.
Of course, our great friend Zach Truax loves wrestling, loves football too. He was just on the call for the All-Star game that we covered a couple days ago.
While we were here for Waynedale's come from behind win.
Jack Traylor takes strike 1, or takes ball 1. Jack, the junior, swings this out to center field. Quick work here for Waynedale as the catch is made by Josh Yoder in shallow center, and the Golden Bears are back to the bats just like that. Bottom half of 2, still scoreless here from Canal Park.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Bottom half of the second, dangerous batter up for Waynedale. Jaden Schleybaugh, the designated hitter, will stay in the right-handed batter's box here momentarily as Hayden Van Hoos continues to work on the mound for Graham Local.
Yeah, got a strikeout looking, strikeout swinging to end that first inning. He's able to locate his off-speed.
First pitch to Schleybaugh on the inside edge, just misses a little low.
And that was his go-to pitch in that first inning, was the inside corner. He was able to get the call.
And we saw it against Coldwater from Waynedale. They're crowding the plate a lot with some of their hitters as Schleybaugh swings and misses there. Count even at 1. Graham Local unranked here in Division 5. Quite the Cinderella run they have had. In fact, in all but their sectional title game, they have been the underdogs in every single game. Breaking ball here, misses low. You know how impressive that is to win 6 games as the underdog?
I mean, no, I don't, because that's crazy.
Next pitch to Schleybaugh. This one lined into the gap in right center field. That'll get down. Scooped up quickly, however, by that Graham Local outfield. Jenkins gets it in to force it to a single, but Schleybaugh in business here for Waynedale.
Leadoff hit for Schleybaugh. 20 runs scored on the season. 1 stolen base, though, but that's exactly what Waynedale likes to do. We saw the leadoff hitter get on in the first, get a bunt over, but couldn't do anything. We'll see if they play small ball again here in the second.
Up comes Braden Steiner as Schleybaugh leads off of first. And a big cut and miss from Steiner on his first pitch. He goes down 0-1, 0-for-3 day on Friday in their contest with Coldwater in the state semi. That was a number 1 versus number 2 matchup.
360 average, though. He does have 7 doubles.
Breaking ball misses high and away. Talked about Graham Local, their underdog story. They're one of the darlings of this tournament. They were the 7th seed in their district. Able to take down some big players on their way to this title. Steiner swings one into the outfield. Center field tracking in. Diving catch is made. Powell lays out for it. Throws to first. Schlebach gets back in time. So no double play, but a beautiful out made in center by Powell. Owen Powell.
That, my friends, is a diamond cut nominee. And for those listening on the audio stream, I don't care what the outcome is. You have to watch at least the bottom of the second to see that catch, because that saved a run. And it's plays like this that are why Graham Local is here.
Graham Local in their conference, 968 field percentage, second in the CBC. Next batter is Josh Yoder. He takes strike one. So Schlebach still at first, one gone. A hit apiece up to this point for both teams. Still no score. Next pitch, Yoder fouls it back, 0-2. Josh Yoder 0 for 2 with a walk on Friday. He has the 3rd best average in the postseason behind Koblenz and Franks, the top 2 in the order. Short lead from Schlebach. Set is Van Hoos. Pitch is high. Count moves to 1-2. Yoder, another senior on this squad that's looking for a 3rd state championship.
We just saw Highland go 3-peat earlier today.
Next pitch is high and away. Count moves to 2-2. But yeah, when I talked about it earlier and how Waynedale's going for the most successful 4-year stretch, Highland is likely going to break that next year, it feels like, with the success they have been having as a program. They actually played Waynedale earlier this year, beat them 9-3. Yoder fouls another one back, stays alive in the count.
And it was crazy to me, before this 3-peat started, they won one more championship in 16, but that was it. Just the way they've been playing, you figured this has been like a perennial power year in and year out, but no, it just started 3-peat, but now they are that perennial power.
Good lead from Schlebach right here. Fakes to go. This one's ripped down the third baseline. That's a fair ball. Yoder, he's going to go for 2. Schlebach heading to third, throws to second. It gets away from Levy. Schlebach's going to turn for home. He slips over at the top of the infield. Diving in safely is Schlebach. It's a 1-0 lead for Waynedale.
So the second baseman, Jack Traylor, went to get the ball. Pressure was put on by Schlebach running home, and he just slipped. His feet went right out from under him. Schlebach scores. It's 1-0, Waynedale.
And now we'll have a meeting on the mound. That's a concerning play for Graham Local because they know they're the underdogs coming in. They've known that. And they knew that they needed to keep this close as long as possible. And this could be a potential opening for the Golden Bears with a runner on second now, which is Yoder, with just one gone here in the second.
So that's going to be a double, no RBI, run scores on the throwing error by left field. That was bobbled, and then just a tough break. But that's Waynedale for you. They'll take advantage of any little mistake. And if that's cleanly fielded, he may be out by a mile.
Yeah, I misspoke. It was Traylor covering the bag at second, not Levy. So he was not able to scoop it on a hard hop. And then he also slipped behind the bag to allow Schlebach an uncontested run. First pitch misses low and in to Logan Troyer, the sophomore, as Van Hoos looks to reset. Look back to second. Here's the pitch. Troyer swings, grounds this over to short. Levy scoops it up, holds the runner at second, throws to first, and that one's bobbled. Troyer is safe at first as that one is not controlled well by La Follette.
And sometimes, one little mistake, it could start dominoing, and that bobble was just enough. Take a look at the replay right here, and I got a case of the yips.
Back-to-back yips. Umpires are meeting right now. Not sure what this could be about.
Are they going to discuss if somebody had a better view of it?
For now, Troyer stands at first base. Runners are at first and second with one out. Levy still did a good job nonetheless, even with the error, keeping Yoder over at second. But yeah, the umpires meeting right now. And after that meeting, they keep the call. So safe at first is Troyer.
Got to say it's an E3. It was low as a bounce, but the scoop.
So up comes Hudson Barkman. 9-hole hitter here for this Waynedale team. Reaches on a high fastball. He was the hero, I guess you could say the unsung hero, because he took an 11-pitch at-bat to keep the 5th inning alive, where they would inevitably score and take the lead for good over Coldwater as he takes strike 2 inside.
He was behind 1-2 and fouled off multiple pitches before working the count and working that walk, or driving it back up the middle, actually getting on base with the single.
Just a sophomore, too. He'll be back next year. Swings at this, drives it to left, but right to the fielder, Rogers. Playing in the field today just as a utility. That's out number 2, leaves both base runners right where they were at first and second. So back to the top of the order, Shane Koblenz will make his way to the plate. Barkman gets good love from his teammates. That ball was hit well, but just as we've seen all weekend, I don't think we've seen any balls leave the park in any games this weekend, because it is a minor league ballpark. It's much tougher to get it out. 330 to left, 337 to right, 400 dead center.
Although earlier today I saw 2 balls nearly get knocked out of this place, was surprised the heck out of me.
First pitch misses high to Koblenz. That was actually the second pitch. 2-0 is now the count, and we'll have a meeting yet again on the mound. Third baseman Dunham wants to talk with his pitcher.
Van Hoos getting a big fly out the left. You can't let Waynedale put up a crooked number, especially early on if you're Graham Local, because this is a team, if they put up crooked numbers, they start hitting more and more, especially the second time through the lineup.
Look back to second. They'll step off. Nobody covering, so Yoder's got a free run back to the bag.
Little mind games playing right here.
Another look back. This time we'll go to the plate. Koblenz swings, decks this one out to center field. Backtracking is Powell. 2 outs, everybody running. Catch is made. Just about 15 feet shy of the warning track. And that'll do it for the inning. But the Golden Bears strike first. 1-0 as we head to the third.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
Two errors in the bottom of the second help Waynedale strike first in this one. They lead 1-0 over Graham Local. Jaden Schleybaugh was the one to cross home plate to give the Golden Bears the advantage that they wanted early, especially after playing a game against Coldwater where they played behind pretty much the entirety of the game.
Yeah, and this is a spot where Graham Local needed to keep it to 1, and they did exactly that. Van Hoos got 2 flyouts that in Waynedale would be over the left field hill and then up on the hill in center field, but we're at a minor league ballpark, and Van Hoos playing to that strength.
Dylan LaFollette will lead things off here for Graham Local. The Falcons find themselves ahead 1-0 on the first pitch. Steiner in the grass. Another one misses outside. Falcons up ahead 2-0.
You got to think for Graham Local, we were talking about this between the break, that they need to answer here immediately before Troyer really settles in.
Next pitch from Logan. That one misses outside too, gets away from Franks. So LaFollette looking pretty right now at 3-0. Dylan, another senior, 1 for 3 with a strikeout last time out when they played number 6 Lynchburg Clay. Game they were able to win 4-1, spanning 25 hours. Pitch misses high, ball 4. 4-pitch walk as Troyer struggling to find the zone right now.
We'll see what LaFollette can do on the base paths here. 1 stolen base on the season, though. And he's only scored 5 runs.
Brody Jenkins will step up here, the right fielder for Graham Local. Squares to bunt. That one fouled back. Franks may have had a chance to catch that on the pop.
It kind of slipped, caught him off guard as he jumped out.
So Jenkins lives to see another pitch. Smaller lead from LaFollette at first. Here's the pitch. Pulls back on a pitch high and outside. Still looking to try and bunt here, Jenkins.
And we said this 2 days ago for Waynedale. Take the out. Don't try and force things, get a crooked number because you threw a couple into the outfield. And another pickle.
Throw back to first. Still no signal. He's safe. He dodged the tag from Evan Yoder. LaFollette able to just get away as he was dead in the water. Yoder was reaching out, trying to make the tag. He thought he did make the tag. He started throwing around to his fellow infielders like that was out number 1, but no.
Now, Coach Doc coming out saying, can we talk with the other umpires like earlier on? Because that second base umpire might have had a better angle on if the tag was made. So they're going to talk it over right now. And that second base umpire is the key to this because he had a bit of a better angle. And I see he's shaking his head, so maybe he is saying the tag was there.
So they continue to talk things over. And we're taking a look again, thanks to Hummel Group. He had his eyes pretty well tracked on that play, and they're not going to reverse it. So safe at first is the call. So LaFollette lives to see another leadoff, and Jenkins still looking to try and potentially lay down a bunt here. The count's 1-1.
Yeah, that's a big break for Graham. So you got to think if he gets picked off like that, the wind just comes completely out of their sails.
Steiner still deep in the grass, charges in. Throw down after the pitch. LaFollette was nearly tagged out there by Franks on the throw from behind the plate. They are really testing these Graham base runners.
And that's just good scouting, seeing what they do on the base paths by the coaching staff.
Very short lead now after that whole sequence as that pitch just goes inside for a strike. So we're even at 2.
That might have been the case, too. He was unable to bring the bat back when he tried to jump out of the way.
Sophomore going out, another sophomore. Troyer's pitch to Jenkins actually will be a throw over. LaFollette there safely. And now it's getting comical for Graham because LaFollette was maybe half a step away from the base when they threw over. See if he focuses on the plate this time. He does. And Jenkins whiffs at it. Strike 3. Logan Troyer able to record a strikeout. There is the first out of the inning. Golden Bear fans may think that should have been the second out, but nonetheless, that runner still stays at first for the Falcons. And up next is the pitcher, Hayden Van Hoos.
386 on-base percentage, but only a 157 average, so it's big for Troyer to get ahead in the count here.
First pitch to him, check swing. This will go in play. Popped up to the shortstop. Jordan Miller makes the catch for out number 2. Tough break for Van Hoos, who's already made his way into the dugout. And he's pounding his helmet, frustrated at the swing he put out in his first debut right there.
A little thank you very much check swing out for Waynedale. Easy play to Miller's Powell, who led this off with a hit by pitch.
First pitch to him's in for a strike. I think you're thinking of Koblenz. That Powell grounded out to second.
That's right.
In his first AB. Still a lead from La Follette. He stays at first. Another breaking ball in the zone, forced to be swung at. And that's fouled back over behind the third base dugout. Or first base dugout.
Yeah, I get confused because they have Apple Creek on the scorecard here as the top team. I'm used to top being the OA, but they're not. So yes, he grounded out 4-3 to start off the top of the first.
0-2 count to Powell. Here's the pitch. Swung on, lined up the middle. That'll get through the gap. Station to station go the runners for the Falcons. Some two-out hitting, has 2 on with 2 gone. So Powell gets his first hit of the day. It's the second for the Falcons as a whole.
Number 1, catcher, Zach Wheeland.
And here comes Zach Wheeland.
Had that little chopper single back in the first, but then was caught in the pickle, picked off to end the inning.
Swings at the first pitch here, just gets under Troyer, gets all the way over to Miller, who steps on the bag with his left foot right before Owen Powell slides into second. So that is out number 3. No response from the Falcons after Waynedale scored in the bottom half of the second. They'll have another chance here when we come back. Live and free on the Elite Report.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
And the Bears are back to the bats here in the bottom of the third. They lead 1-0 over unranked Graham Local. Number 1 team in Division 5. So far with the early edge, they were able to get that run off of an error by Graham Local in the outfield, where Schleybaugh was able to dive in safely, advancing 90 feet from third. First pitch here to Tristan Franks is high and away for ball 1.
This will be his first time swinging away. His last time up had that sac bunt to move over Koblenz.
This one misses low and outside, so he's up ahead 2-0. 19 walks this year. That leads the team. As Van Hoos yet again going to meet with Dunham, who seems to be the captain of the infield over at third base. This is the second time we've seen both of them share words between pitches. So Hayden Van Hoos stays on the mound. He's ready to go from the stretch. Delivers one just on the outside line for strike one. 2-1 the count.
Frank's also 4 stolen bases on the year, so he can have that sneaky fast speed when he wants to.
High leg kick this time. That pitch misses just high. A couple Graham Local fans not happy with that call as it's now 3-1.
Don't want this position against Franks. He'll square one up if it's in the zone.
Here's a 3-1. Swing and a miss out of Franks.
Really wanted to square that one up. And now umpire's calling time, I think, to let a pitching staff go out into the bullpen. Last couple games, though, Jonathan, I've seen them just let them run the side of the warning track while the game went on because of just the length and everything. But this time, I think the dugout called time to allow them to go out there. That's allowed as well.
So it's Brayton Reisinger who is heading out to warm up, potentially come in. And I wonder how that plays into Van Hoos's mind as he sees the game come to a halt to have his replacement make his way over to the dugout.
Sometimes it works bad. Sometimes it works good if you're the coach over there at Graham.
Payoff pitch to Franks.
And
into the dirt.
not.
Tristan's going to sprint to first. He could potentially try and take 2. But it looks like he will settle for 1. So first batter of the inning reaches via the walk. And Cam Miller's up to the plate now, the star sophomore for the Golden Bears.
So, negatively, that worked out for Graham as the next pitch was thrown quite hard into the dirt for ball 4.
First pitch to Cam Miller, swung on and fouled off into the seats in right. Cam Miller, first team All-Ohioan as a utility player. Finished the regular season with a .414 average. He's at .394 right now. He was also an honorable mention All-State in his freshman season. He squares the bunt here, gets it down. That's straight to the pitcher. They could get this play at second.
Ooh.
And they do, just barely. As the throw was slightly high, Trailer was able to catch it, hopped off of the bag, landed back on the bag just before Frank slid in.
Yeah, Frank's made it close, but just able to get that toe right back down before he was able to get there.
So the sacrifice unsuccessful. So Frank's thrown out at second, and he is replaced at first by Cam Miller. Jordan Miller up now.
Struck out swinging to end the first.
Swings at the first pitch here and fouls it back to the netting. Jordan Miller was a top golfer for the Waynedale team this past fall. Came a few spots short of qualifying for the state tournament. Just a junior. He'll have a chance to do that next season. As he swings, lines this one out to right. Tough play, and it's dove on and caught by Jenkins. That's 2 plays now in the outfield by Graham Local that have been really stellar to keep this game close. 1-0 still, and now 2 gone in the inning. That runner stays at first.
That ball just kept tailing towards the first base foul line. Jenkins on full speed, lays out, makes the catch. Second diamond cut by the second outfielder for Graham Local.
And after that, up comes Jaden Schleybaugh. Throw over to first. They tried to get Cam Miller. The ball actually skidded to first base. Fortunately, La Follette was able to scoop it up.
Fun fact about today, Shane Koblenz, the 4th Koblenz to play today in the state finals. As that's fouled back. 3rd different team. Lake Center Christian had a Koblenz pitching. Highland had 2. And then Shane now playing second base, who pitched 2 days ago. Koblenz is all over Northeast Ohio.
I know Highland won a state championship. Did Lake Center Christian win? Oh, those
they
two.
Played each other.
They played each other. That's right. This one's grounded right past the third baseman. And Schlebaugh's got another base hit. He's 2 for 2 in this game. As Cam Miller moves up to second. Left fielder did a good job getting the ball back in play. So another piece of 2-out hitting. Schlebach's got 2 of the 3 hits here for Waynedale. 2 on, 2 gone. Braden Steiner up to the plate now.
He sent that liner out the center that was snagged on a diving attempt earlier.
Van Hoosen, some pressure. Throws a first pitch strike to Braden at the knees.
If Graham's able to get this third out, Waynedale just got to be kicking themselves after unsuccessfully putting that bunt down.
Breaking ball inside nearly hit the foot of Steiner. He ducked out of the way. Count moves to 1-1. Schlebach first. Cam Miller at second. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Waynedale leads 1-0. Next pitch from Van Hoos. Swung on, popped foul. That'll get to the sweet level boxes over in right.
Beautiful evening here to finish off the OHSAA high school sports season. 73 degrees. Wonderful sunset. You see the flags blowing in from center field to left.
Steiner takes one outside. Oof. Graham Local seemed to think that was in there for the third strike, but it was not. Braden even 2-2 in the count now. Steiner went 0 for 3 on Friday trying to reverse tides. That pitch ended up behind him as he steps forward towards the plate to get away. And we are now in a full count again.
Runners will be off with the pitch. Waynedale trying to put another run up after 1 in the second.
Braden Steiner. Very dangerous hitter at the plate. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, belted. This one tailing foul. And that will get out of play just before Jenkins could do anything about it in right.
Waynedale, a team that will just continue to foul off pitches and frustrate you. As Van Hoos, over 50 pitches already here to get only 8 outs.
But got to give credit where credit's due. Waynedale's very good offensively, keeping them just to 1 run, especially with all the situations they've been in thus far. Here's another payoff. Inside, strike 3. Hayden Van Hoos pumps his chest, gets out of the inning, strands 2 runners for Waynedale, and we stay at a 1-0 ball game. Number 1 team in D5 being tested by D5 Cinderella.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
And we have made it to the 4th inning. Jonathan Langdon alongside Travis Berardi. Falcons back to the bats. They trailed this one 1-0 against the number 1 team in D5 as first pitch is fouled back. Up to the plate here is Holden Dunham. Graham Local They've defied the odds to get here today. If you're just joining us, this team went 4-5 to end the regular season and have since won 7 straight games to make their way here to Canal Park for a state title. Next pitch swung on and missed. Or actually, they'll say he was foul tipped into the catcher's glove. Count stays the same regardless, 0-2. Also in the state semifinal against Lynchburg Clay, they fought through numerous delays. The game ended up being 25 hours as this one's lined up the middle to Logan Troyer. And before the play was even made at first, Dunham thought he lined out and ran straight to the dugout. Didn't even run out the play. That's out number 1.
He can locate and he can also field. Nice play by the pitcher for the first out. The all-important first out.
So Logan Troyer holding in strong here for Waynedale as Levy's up to the plate, takes the ball low. But against Lynchburg Clay, they won 4-1 yesterday. Put 2 on the Mustangs in the first when they played their short portion on Friday before the rain delay. Another pitch fouled back.
You and I wanted to see what they had to offer, so we stayed here through the rain delay before they started. Then they got the game going. You left after the first inning. I stuck for the second inning, and then they went back into a rain delay, and I had enough, which was good because they finally canceled the game at midnight.
Troyer breaking ball in the dirt. Count moves to 2-1. And I feel for Graham Local because it feels like this whole weekend has just been off for them. And playing in this state title game, they've really had to ring things in. As this one's grounded over to short. Scoop on a slide by Jordan Miller. He throws to first. Gets him by half a step for out number 2. Beautifully done by Jordan.
I mean, this is a state championship game. You should show the defense. Both teams have been putting up gem after gem so far here in this one. What a play. What a play by Jordan Miller.
On to the next. Jordan's going to have some more work. This is grounded right back to him, and he throws to first for out number 3. First pitch swing, and Brayton Reisinger is retired. And that was a quick frame in the 4th. Waynedale's got their chance. Coming up next on the OH Report, it's 1-0 Golden Bears.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
Waynedale back up to the batter's box. Josh Yoder will lead things off for the Golden Bears. Jonathan Langdon, Travis Berardi, 1-0 Waynedale as we sit in the bottom of the 4th. So Josh Yoder, the senior, watches the first pitch go by for strike 1. Van Hoos continues to work. They've still got a pitcher warming up in the bullpen, Brayton Reisinger, who just grounded out to short to end that last frame. Next pitch misses outside. Count even back up at 1. High leg kick again. Delivered to the plate,
Ooh, it's
belted
ripped.
over to left, but right to left fielder Rogers for out number 1. Had to tail to his left,
yeah.
just as tid.
Yeah,
just a
made
tad.
great contact on that, but, you know, the batting average ball in play, giveth batting average ball in play, taketh away right there as he hit it right at the left fielder who, like you said, just had to move a smidge to his left.
Up comes Logan Troyer. Reached on an error in his first appearance. Swings at the first pitch here. High hopper over to short. Scooped up by Levy by a backhand. Throws across the diamond for out number 2. Nicely done. Adam Levy retires Troyer for the first time.
Yeah, just a kind of a hop he took right before that, but what an arm he has at shortstop. That was a bullet.
Nicely done by the Finley commit. Hudson Barkman takes a pitch inside for a called strike 1. Had a quick top of the 4th. It looks like getting close to the same here. However, Barkman was in a similar situation against Coldwater.
Yeah. The spark plug.
Takes this one outside. Barkman, great power. He's got 2 homers this year. 12 RBIs. However, 21 strikeouts.
Oh.
This one hits him, however,
Ooh.
and he takes a...
I think it was right off the knee.
Yeah, it takes a swing right into the ground with his bat in frustration. Right off the kneecap, he's going to take first base. So Van Hoos a little wild with this pitch. Whelan comes out, the catcher, to kind of reel him back in. Barkman walking around, seems to be okay, stretching out that left leg. And with that hit by pitch, we're back to the top of the order. Shane Koblenz, hit by pitch in his first AB, flew out to center last time out. Barkman leads off at first. Here's the pitch. Koblenz swings at the first try, popped up over towards the third base dugout, in foul ground, in play, and a catch is made by La Follette for out number 3. End of 4. Low-scoring game thus far here. A D5 state title going down to the wire. 1-0 Waynedale.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
This game has slept walk its way to a 5th inning, 1-0 Waynedale, as Graham Local looking to try and get back into this one. Jack Traylor up for them. Their junior righty flew out to center in his last time up. Crowding the plate here up against Logan Troyer, who has done his job thus far, just allowing 2 Graham Local hits. Gets a swing and a miss there to start things off. So Logan Troyer, we've seen his breaking ball work today. It definitely worked in the regional title game when he last pitched against Canton Central Catholic. Goes with a fastball that time. Diving play, Jordan Miller. What a day he's had as he nearly gets another one here, but no, safe at first. Just able to sneak in is Traylor. Another sliding play at short in the 6 gap by Miller, but no cigar that time.
Yeah, it was too far in the hole for them to make a second consecutive diamond cut play in back-to-back innings, but little life here for Graham as they get down to the bottom of the order.
So the first batter reaches. Now, one thing they got to be careful about, Troyer has been really done a really good job as this one's fouled back. Done a really good job holding those runners, keeping them honest on the base paths. They've already picked off 1, probably should have picked off 2, but Yoder at first missed the tag on one of them.
Might have made the tag, but the umpire blocked from it.
Next pitch to the lefty, Lafayette, is actually going to go to first base.
Trailer only 1 stolen base. It's Dunham, Levy, and Powell are the ones you really have to watch.
Next pitch, breaking ball, fools Lafayette. Count moves to 0-2. Lafayette walked in his last at-bat. Trying to work something similar, move that runner on to second. The bunt is out of play. Graham Locals fans on their feet for this next pitch. Throw back to first.
Twice did they get them leaning, caught into a pickle, so you're wondering why they keep throwing it over there. It's because they may catch him again.
Here's the pitch. Swung on line up the middle, hits off the foot of Troyer. And Koblenz can't scoop it up cleanly. It stays in the infield, but it's an infield single for Dylan Lafayette.
And 2 not extremely hard hit balls, but perfectly placed balls have first and second now. And Graham Local, they're in business here with Brody Jenkins up, who struck out in his first at bat.
Yeah, it's the youngest bat in the lineup in a tight spot, as it looks like Coach Doc is going to call a time here and talk with his pitcher, Logan Troyer, as he's found himself in a little bit of a pickle. We'll also see a pinch runner. New legs over at first base for the Falcons. So Coach Doc trying to reel in his infield. And then that pinch runner we talked about for Graham Local, number 14, Cam Hardwick. Just 1 stolen base this year.
1 run scored as well. 9 appearances so far. But hey, he gets the run in a state championship game.
So he gets his call from Coach as Coach Doc is done with Troyer. We'll reset things. Runners on first and second. Nobody gone. Corner infielders are in the grass for a potential sacrifice. Big spot for the sophomore, Brody Jenkins.
Wheel play already on. Throw to second, almost gets away.
It does get away. It goes to center field, but Josh Yoder was shallow enough to where no run was on after the fact for Graham Local. That was a lot of confusion there from Waynedale. Their first and third baseman started sprinting before any bunt was even laid down. Left a lot of open space on the corners if they could lob it over the top. Just the first baseman in this time, and the bunt trails back foul. It spun. It went about 2 feet in front of the plate, and then the backspin on it took it out of play behind Franks. It nearly hit his legs.
Both fan bases almost had a heart attack there, because if Franks fields that barehanded, he could get the runner at third. But also on the way back, if that hits his hand and bounces foul, it's a fair ball and probably bases loaded.
New signal to Jenkins, who is now down 0-1. It's just Evan Yoder in the grass now. Steiner level with the bag at third. Hardwick at first. Trailer at second. Pulls back the bunt. Throw down. They got him at second. Tristan Franks with a heads-up play as Trailer was way past the bag and all the way across. Tristan Franks, the senior, shows his experience and gets the out. That's the first out of the inning.
Remember that play if this stays close throughout the rest of this one. The presence of mind to gun that down after the missed bunt attempt. Third time pickoff has occurred. Twice it's been called out.
Potential play of the season there from Tristan Franks in the field. And he gets it in the zone also with Troyer. Called strike 3. Jenkins is retired on 3 pitches.
What a momentum shift the last 2 minutes. First and second, nobody down, looking to bunt the go-ahead run to second. Instead, pick off, strikeout, 2 down.
And after all of that, just a runner on first now for Graham Local with Hayden Van Hoos at the plate, the lefty. Troyer's first pitch was actually going to be out of the zone, but the check swing went the distance, so that is strike 1. Troyer resets again. Look over to first. Next delivery in for strike 2. Troyer's dialed.
Yeah, now he's re-locked in after his battery mate kind of helped him out with that, with his gun down to second for the pickoff. So many great defensive plays so far tonight.
A good classic state title game as this pitch misses outside. Count moves to 1-2. 2 diving plays in the outfield by Graham Local. Also some great scoops at short by both Levy and Miller for both teams. And then everything that you just heard us describe in this inning for the Golden Bears. 1-2 count. Here's a pitch from Troyer. Breaking ball just misses high. That was awfully close.
Yeah, just stayed above the lettering as it crossed the plate.
Franks did his best to try and frame it. Did not work. Here's the 2-2. This one low and away. Franks also didn't do too bad of a job framing that, but that was clearly low. Count moves to full. 2 gone, runner on first. Still 1-0 Waynedale. Next pitch. In there for strike 3. Hayden Van Hoos goes down looking. And Troyer gets the job done. His field helps him out. And that'll do it for the top of the 5th. 1-0 Waynedale. The 5th inning stretches next.
Thank you all for allowing us to be live and free tonight.
Bottom of the 5th is underway. Tristan Franks takes a strike. Tristan Franks threw down from home, gunned a man from second base as he fouls another one back. He's down 0-2. In the play of the game thus far, and that's saying something with all of the plays that we've seen today in this state title. Next pitch to Franks. He's down 0-2. Pitch misses high. Is now a good time to say Franks has not struck out yet this entire postseason?
Well, I mean, you already said it.
Breaking ball misses high and
He
away.
is one of the most patient batters, though. He will not chase. It has to be a very close pitch that he holds off on and gets strike 3 called.
Here's a 2-2. Misses high. So another full count. Dunham comes over to talk just briefly to Van Hoos. Nobody in the bullpen right now. Here's the payoff. Swung on, grounded, and that hits the catcher.
Interference.
Glove comes off of the hand, and Franks has first base on that interference. So the strikeout streak stays alive.
You're lucky.
Coach is going to come out here and kind of check on the catcher, make sure his hand's all right. Go ahead.
I think he still makes contact no matter what, but even hitting the glove, he made contact. That could have been driven, too, with the power he had. But that on-base percentage is going to remain in the final 4, 1,000%.
Next up is Cam Miller. 0 for 2 in this game. Struck out looking and grounded into a fielder's choice as he takes outside, gets ahead in the count.
You feel Waynedale starting to build a big inning. It's just it hasn't happened yet, but you just have a feeling it's going to happen here in the next couple innings.
Pickoff attempt to first was dropped by La Follette, but it landed right by him.
250.
I want to say hello to everybody. The 250 listening. Reminder, after the game, we'll have a full delayed stream with video. And you get to hear me and Jonathan once again as that's fouled off to the right.
But you get to see some beautiful camera work from Brandon.
Count moves to 1-1.
I don't know, can you?
Franks leads off first. Look over from the pitcher, and he delivers. This one grounded up to the shortstop. Levy bobbles it, gets it over to second, throw to first. Double play was nearly on there, but the throw led La Follette off of the bag.
Number 2, the shortstop, Jordan Miller.
A little bit of a bobble there when he fielded it. Still was able to get the out at second, but that cost them the out at first. And Graham Local continuing to just stick around.
Throw over to first. Pickoff attempt just not in time. That one was awfully close. So on another fielder's choice, Cam replaces Franks at first. Next pitch to Jordan Miller. That one fouled away. So Brayton Reisinger on the mound. Up ahead 0-1. Graham Local hanging in there here in the bottom of the 5th. Big lead from Cam Miller. They'll deliver to the plate. That one outside, so Jordan even at 1. This Graham Local team, every single player on the field, you can't see it until our video recast, is here at the pitch. And this one's grounded up, hits off of the glove of Reisinger. He'll go to first for out number 2. Cam Miller advances to second. So runner moves to second, 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. What I was going to say is, as Schleybaugh steps up to the plate, Graham Local, as a team, they have all bleached their hair.
Yes.
And for us here up in the booth, we hardly noticed that a pitching change happened.
Yes.
Brayton Reisinger has been on the mound here in this 5th as he delivers to Schleybaugh, misses outside with his first pitch.
Let's go over some of his numbers right now. Brayton Reisinger, 23 1/3 innings pitched, a 1.45 ERA, 1.2 WHIP, 27 strikeouts so far on the season for him. A 2-3 record.
Schleybaugh is 2 for 2. He has found himself back into his district form. High and away on the next pitch, 2-0.
And it would be big for him to go 3 for 3 because that would most likely score the second run of the game.
Good spot to have him in here. He leads the Golden Bears with 6 RBIs as he fouls that one back. Count moves to 2-1. He's actually tied for the lead for Waynedale. He's tied with the runner on second right now, Cam Miller, after he had 2 RBIs on Friday.
The biggest swing of his career thus far.
Next pitch to Schleybaugh. That one taken to the netting again. It's 2-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Reisinger hanging tight with the meat of this lineup. Big lead for Cam Miller. Here's the pitch. Outside. We're full.
Braden Steiner on deck, chomping at the bit to get back into the box after a strikeout looking last time.
Payoff pitch from Reisinger. Swung on and missed. Foul tipped to the catcher's glove. And that's out number 3. Graham Local keeping this tight. It's 1-0 Waynedale as we head to the 6th.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
Owen Powell starts things off for Graham Local at the plate. Score stays 1-0. It's been that way since the bottom of the 2nd. Golden Bears in front. First pitch fouled off. Breaking ball by Troyer on the inside part is just clipped by the bat. Powell's 1 for 2 in the leadoff spot today. Went 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the 6th of the state semis against Lynchburg Clay yesterday. This one's fouled off towards Waynedale's dugout. So quickly ahead 0-2 is Troyer.
Graham Local started to get something going in the last inning, but the heroics of Tristan Franks shut that down.
Next pitch just misses outside. 1-2 now. So Powell hanging in there. 72-mile-an-hour changeup that time. Troyer's next pitch. This one hits the dirt. Powell didn't even think about it. Counts 2-2.
Graham Local down to their last 6 outs. Only needing a run, though, against state number 1.
This one inside, strike 3. Blue calls it a strike. Powell backed out of the way, but he was crowding that zone, Travis.
Yep.
And that's out number 1.
Yeah, you might think, looking up here, that it was inside, but they're crowding the plate. They're right up at the top of the in the front of the box, and something that curves right back across the plate May look like it's going to hit you. It did not. It's strike 3. It's 1 down.
First pitch to the next batter was in for a strike. This is Zach Whelan, who swings at the next one, lines it right back to Jordan Miller at short. He scoops it on one hop and throws it over to Yoder at first for out number 2. He has been put to work today. That's his 5th put out.
But that's why he plays shortstop for the Waynedale Golden Bears. Vacuum-like.
You got to be one special fielder to be the shortstop for a team like this, a top Division 5. Next batter takes ball 1. Holden Dunham is 0 for 2. He's actually popped out and lined out both to Troyer in this game. Next pitch from Troyer. Fouled off to right. 1-1 the count. 2 gone.
Logan with his 5th K of the game here.
Next to Dunham. Curveball high and out. No shift in play here for Dunham, who swings it over to right field. That'll get down for a base hit. 5th of the game for Graham Local, as they've got another piece of 2-out hitting. Falcons looking to try and get back into business with their best hitter to the plate, Adam Levy.
Just went with the pitch. Took it in the right field. Was a little bit behind on it, but that's all right. Down the line for a 2-out single, and like you said, despite being 0 for 2, he had quite the ground ball into the hole at short, but an even better play by Miller ended that.
Levy into the box. Throw over to first to keep the runner honest again. Dunham's back safely. Two out, 1 on. Still a 1-0 game in favor of Waynedale as that pitch misses high and outside. Top of the 6th. Breaking ball in for strike 1 at the knees.
That was only the 61st pitch of the game by Logan Troyer.
And to think he's almost done with the 6th.
And that's just something that him and Koblenz both have done all year long.
Troyer looks to first. Here's the 1-1. They're going back to first again. Of course it's worked, but they're not very big leads over there for the Falcons, and Troyer's still keeping them honest. Goes to the plate this time, finds the outside corner. It's now 1-2.
It's that slide step, too, that kind of throws them off.
Look over to first here. Is another throw over. One nothing Waynedale. Top of the 6th, 2 out, 1 on base. Over at first. Another check. Boos coming out from the crowd now for Graham Local.
And I think some of them thought it was a block, but it was not. He only turned his head towards home, kept the foot equal with first base, and moved it over that way.
The 1-2, Levy fouls it back. Hits off the sweets. Into the crowd.
And you got to think this is kind of like that 5th inning for Waynedale, for Waynedale back against Coldwater. This is the heart of the order. This may be the biggest chance for Graham to do anything.
Still 1-2. Next pitch, Levy fouls it back, same spot. He's over and right.
Yeah, he's in defensive mode right now, just fouling anything off he can until he gets a good pitch where he wants.
Holden Dunham over at first, a little bit bigger of a lead this time. To the plate it goes. Levy swings that one in the dirt. Tagged out by Franks. That's the 6th strikeout for Troyer. That'll end the top of the 6th. 6 shutout innings for the sophomore southpaw. Bottom of the 6th on the way. 1-0 Waynedale.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Bottom of the 6th here at Canal Park. D5 state championship to wrap up the weekend. Braden Steiner at the plate had to duck away from that pitch high and inside as we start things off here. Still on the mound, Braden Reisinger. Next pitch, belted left center gap. Steiner's got a base hit, potentially more. He's going to round towards second. Ball just now getting picked up. Steiner gets the stop sign at second. And he's in business with a 2-out double.
You just thought it'd be a matter of time before they'd start hitting the ball, and that's a great start here for Waynedale. Bottom of the order, double by Steiner brings up Josh Yoder. And we're going to get a meeting at the mound by Graham.
And that one was hit on a line, one of the hardest balls I've seen hit this weekend in this park. So Steiner gets the 4th hit of the game for Waynedale, which is a testament to this pitching by Graham Local, because you do not hold a team like Waynedale to 4 hits every day. So a quick meeting with Reisinger as he'll look to lock back in. No outs, runner on second. Tight, dangerous spot as we'll now have a pinch runner for the Golden Bears. Steiner heads back to the dugout.
Pitch running at second base now for Waynedale, number 3, Cameron Mast.
So the pinch hitter at second is Cameron Mast. See if Josh Yoder, who steps up to the plate, can drive him in. Just looking for some extra runs. Golden Bears, after this frame, are 3 outs away from a state title. First pitch swung on, fouled back.
Well, that answers my questions. They say, do you bunt him here to get the runner to third?
The answer is no. He swung away.
The answer is no, yeah.
First baseman is in, La Follette. He's in the grass for Graham Local. Big lead over at second, and the pitch is high to the plate. 1-1. Cameron Mast being aggressive as the pinch runner. Yoder ready to go. The pitch from Reisinger. Inside, had to duck away.
Pressure's all on Reisinger right now. Can't overthink that runner on second and walk him here.
Another
Almost
one
hit
inside.
him.
All 3 balls have been right at the chest of Josh Yoder, where he's had to just pull himself back. And it looks like we'll have time here. Coach Doc wants Braden Steiner to head over to the bullpen, and that explains the pinch runner situation. As he had the leadoff double, they put in Mast, and now Steiner coming in to potentially close the door in the 7th.
Let him run around. He went all the way out behind the dirt at short. Little thing you don't want to. You don't want to step over the line when you come in and out. You don't want to step on the dirt as you're running out to the field, to the bullpen out and right.
Next pitch from Reisinger is low. That's ball 4. So Josh Yoder's got a base. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Golden Bears looking to try to add some more. Is now Logan Troyer, who's done a fantastic job on the mound, is up now.
This at least sets up a force out for Graham.
Bunt here popped up, caught by La Follette. That went right up 20 feet in the air. Easy scoop for the first baseman. Everyone has to retreat back. So that is now the second sacrifice bunt that has been unsuccessful.
The one thing that's gone wrong for Waynedale today has been trying to get the bunt down. Those two pop-ups. You had the bunt force out at second the first time, and then that one. That's cost them.
First pitch swinging is Hudson Barkman. This one popped up. It'll just escape the yard. That'll go foul into the seats and right. So Barkman at the plate. Yoder at first. Cameron Mast, the pinch runner, at second. Golden Bears lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. The count is 0-1. Pitch from Reisinger is low and away. Barkman 0 for 1 today. He was hit by a pitch the last time up. From the stretch again, here's Reisinger. Sneaks that one on the outside line. Counts 1-2.
Big at bat here. Strike away from getting a second out and calming the defense down. You just need to get an out no matter where we're at.
Next pitch. Outside, runners go. Mast is diving into third safely. No throw from the catcher. Both runners advance 90 feet. No force now.
The double steal here in the 6th. I mean, that's a gutsy call, and it worked perfectly.
Coach Doc got it to go. And now 2 in scoring position with just 1 out. Infield in. Pitch is high and away to Barkman. Boy, I'll tell you what, Barkman has been just on the edge of being MVP a couple of games now. This is a chance for him to solidify himself. The pitch swung on, grounded to short. It gets bobbled by the shortstop. Levy couldn't scoop it. 1 run scores. And Yoder rounds third. He'll stay there. But Barkman comes through. Hard hit ball to short. Just could not be collected. It's 2-0 Waynedale.
I have to think that's going to be a base hit. That was so hard hit that it should be given a single.
Looks like they did book it an error, however. Now 3 errors on Graham Local. 2 of which have resulted in runs. The only runs of the game. Next batter, Shane Koblenz. He takes a strike outside. Still 1 out, runners on the corners. Floodgates threatening to open here for Waynedale. Koblenz lines one up the middle, gets past Trailer, the second baseman. Yoder scores. Lead runner heads to third. Koblenz dives in at second. It's 3-0 Waynedale, and they are feeling it here in Akron.
You just knew at some point they were going to get a crooked number up there, and Waynedale has done it here in the 6th. 2 big insurance runs to lead this now, 3-0. And still 1 out and 2 in scoring position.
Big play by Shane Koblenz. We've talked about his pitching enough, but his hitting in this postseason has been second to none. He came into this game hitting .667 in the tournament as Franks fouls back his first pitch. So runners on second and third. Killbuck at second. Barkman at third. Franks today has yet to record an at-bat as he swings and fouls this one off. He sacrificed his first time up, walked, and then he had a catcher's interference.
I mean, if you got a bingo card of that, you pretty much filled it out, right?
Franks in the box here for the 0-2. Infield in. Next pitch, swung on, grounded up the middle.
My.
Pitcher, nice hands to scoop that one up. He's going to chase Barkman between third and home. They tack him out between. Franks will reach on a fielder's choice. Killbuck gets to third, but Barkman is trailed down for out number 2. Nice reflexes.
Yeah, exactly. What a stab there to get the out.
So Reisinger able to just kind of snag it on one hop up the middle. Tags out Barkman. And now still runners on the corners. Cam Miller to the plate now. Takes strike one at the knees. Miller is 0 for 3. Takes another one low. This one is in as well. It's 0-2 with 2 gone. Potential final chance for Waynedale to get some more runs on the board. Braden Steiner warming up in the bullpen. He'll come in for the 7th to try and close the door. Next pitch from Reisinger. Miller fouls it off, stays alive in the count. Right now, unless another run scores, it's a save situation for Steiner. If he can complete that save, it'd be the 3rd of his season.
And the biggest of his career as well.
The 0-2 to Miller. Oof. This one forces him to duck. Runner takes second uncontested. So Miller now still behind in the count, but it is 1-2. 2 gone, 2 in scoring position. This looks awfully familiar.
Here we go again.
This one up the middle. Grounded over to short, scooped up by Levy. Throw to first in time for out number 3. So Waynedale gets 2 across in the bottom of the 6th. A little bit of insurance as they now head to the 7th. 3 outs away from their 3rd state title in 4 seasons. We'll see if they can get it done on the OH Report.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
Top of the 7th, 3 outs away. Golden Bears looking for a state championship, and the first pitch is in for strike 1. They're sticking with Logan Troyer. Despite warming up Steiner in the bullpen, he's going to go for his complete game as Brayton Reisinger is up to the plate. Swings, grounds this over to third. There is Brayton. Throws across the diamond. There's out number one. Apple Creek, you're 2 outs away.
Again, we're in the 7th inning, and he's still getting soft contact. He's not going to come out unless there's a couple runners on, especially now with a 3-0 lead. Remember, you had him go out into the bullpen when it was still a 1-run game, just in case. They got the 2 extra runs. Coach Doc's thinking, okay, you have a little bit more of a leash now, but I don't think he's going to need it.
First pitch swinging here is Trailer. This one popped up to left. Cam Miller crashes in and makes the catch for out number 2. It's a quick first 2 outs. And they can taste it now over on the left field bleachers.
1 out away from becoming, can I say the dynasty word for this? I mean, 3 out of 4 years.
Troyer gets a swing and a miss on the first pitch to Dylan La Follette, who is the last hope for Graham Local. The sophomore at the mound looking for a complete game shutout and a state title as that one goes in the dirt. Count moves even 1-1. But what a line that I just uttered right there. A sophomore pitching a complete game shutout. Potentially. La Follette back in the box. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 2. He's 1 strike away.
The next guy at Waynedale right here, a strike away from clinching a state championship.
The southpaw touches the rubber. La Follette in the box. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. It's in the dirt. Franks has to do the rest. He throws it to first. Waynedale is golden again. 3 out of 4 seasons. They are now state champions for the first time in Division 5.
Dynasty. Apple Creek has themselves a baseball dynasty. 4 straight regional championships. Back-to-back titles, a break, and now 2025 state champs. What a team.
And it was only fitting that Troyer gets the strikeout to finish. It goes in the dirt, and Tristan Franks, who had such a phenomenal game, got the chance to throw to first to end things here as he, along with his senior classmates, cap off the greatest class in Waynedale baseball history.
I mean, phenomenal. That's all I can say. And the one to go the distance, only a sophomore. We saw this with Koblenz the last couple of years, being that number 2 guy. And what he did this year. Now we have Troyer for 2 more years, who could be that guy. As you take a look, yeah.
Final out here again. That was Troyer's 7th strikeout. And he gets it done for the Golden Bears, who win this one 3-0. Their 3rd state championship in program history, all of which have come in the last 4 years. Shout out to the senior class, Josh Yoder, Jaden Schleybaugh, Tristan Franks, Shane Koblenz. All of you.
Yeah.
State champions again.
3 rings. That's going to be heavy on the hand, man. But feel oh so good as well.
We'll step aside and take a quick break. Ceremony's coming up. Golden Bears are champions yet again. We'll be back on the OH Report.
Since 1974, help their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. Set to completion, Simonson can design and build a path for success. Simonson Construction turned that vision into a reality.
ready for ceremonies here as the runners-up get their medals. They'll get their trophy at the end as well. Graham Local, they fall in this one to Waynedale 3-0, but got to tip your hat to every single player out on that field wearing black.
Yep.
They have had a phenomenal season, even when they thought things were over after going 4-5 to end the regular season. They win the next 7. They make their way here to Canal Park and take on the top team in Division 5, and they played them, I would say, a very good 6.5 innings.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was 1-0 until that bottom of the 6th when, you thought that Waynedale was going to finally break out, and they finally did with a couple big hits. But, sticking early, a couple of bunts that could have been put down that could have, led to some runs for Waynedale, but very good defense by Graham Local. Some great plays in the outfield by them as well. But don't let their record deceive you. 19-10, their losses: Bill Fountain, Jonathan Alder, Anna, Benjamin Logan, Cedarville 3-0, Urbana, Kenton Ridge, London. They beat Russia before falling to them in a warm-up game, and they fell 5-1 to Coldwater. So it wasn't, they were a Cinderella, they were underdogs, but they played really good competition as well to get them ready for the tournament, and they took off from there, but ran into the buzzsaw that is Waynedale.
Absolutely, and they made their way all the way through thanks to their 10 seniors: Zach Whelan, Carson Rogers, Adam Levy, Brayton Reisinger, Owen Powell, Dylan LaFollette, Holden Dunham, Braden Boast, also Cam Hardwick, and Hayden Van Hoos, who we saw pitch a solid game. Went, I believe, 5 innings it was for him, where he was able to fight through and keep it just to 1 run scored for arguably the best offense in Division 5. But this team will end 20-11 and state runners-up.
Yeah, they still get they played the last game of the state tournament. They played the last organized high school game of 24-25. They had the honor of doing that because of their accomplishments throughout the tournament.
Also because of a rain delay.
And the rain delay too, yeah. But still, their play has gotten them to the final day, and only 14 teams can say that. Only 14 teams can say you played the final game of your division, and they can say they are one of those. Still a great accomplishment, and they will have a district championship trophy, a regional championship trophy, and a state runner-up trophy to put into their case.
And their head coach making his way over to get his medal right now, Spencer Mitchell, in his 4th season, a Graham alum. He was quoted saying, "This is home. This is the only place he wants to coach." And already in year 4, he's found his way here to Canal Park. And it just feels like the program's going to be on the up and up after this. And very good year for the Graham Local Falcons. Spencer Mitchell, great coach. He was a great player in his day. Played on a very solid squad for Graham Local. Played at Sinclair Community College, then went on to Wright State.
And, that program keeps going on the up and up as well.
Yeah.
Tim Street talking to Graham Local right now as he will present them with the state runner-up trophy. That's Doug Ute, executive director.
Holding the trophy.
Yeah. So he will hand it off to them.
So Graham, even though they haven't won, they did not win today. This team has won 2 state titles before, last in 1995. They also won, or actually last in 1973. Then they won nearly 100 years ago in 1930. Their last appearance before this in a title game was 1995. They won their league this year by just 1 game, edging out Indian Lake. And of course, as things go in the tournament, district champions, sectional champions, regional champions. They got a lot of hardware this year. And even in a runner-up position, they'll get some more for the closet. So congratulations to them. Their trophy is starting to move towards their crowd. They'll accept that. And their big fan base also traveled out well. 3-hour trip. I actually drove, kind of tailed a couple of them who had some decorations on the windows, cheering on their Falcons. And you got to give them credit also before we move on to Waynedale, how they were able to travel even with all the chaos that this weekend brought.
Yes. Thankfully, they were able to get their game done before the rain came, but also might have helped out because of the emotions of that game against Coldwater. It gave them another day to just relax, reset, and get ready for this because, honestly, if they played that next day against Graham, I don't know. You don't know what could happen because the highs of them getting that win in the semis and just the effort needed to get through that game for them, that day off might have been a blessing for Waynedale.
So the Golden Bears now getting their medals. Cam Miller, Jordan Miller, both two big pieces this year, hit over 300. Just got their medals. Cam Mast, pinch ran in this game. And then a couple of the younger guys that are going to be getting some play next year because they lose some solid pieces. You lose Yoder, you lose Schlebaugh, you lose Franks, you lose
the
Kowens.
mustache.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the two catchers, Cordell Troyer, Brock Rife Snyder, both sophomores, both catchers on the team on the roster here. Jaden Schlebaugh getting his final state championship medal as a senior. There's the other possible catcher for next year for Coach Doc.
And there's the actual catcher, Tristan Franks, making his way down now. Made some phenomenal plays in this game.
That throw down to second with first and second, nobody out on a bunt attempt changed this game.
It did. And now the man that shut out Graham Local for 7 innings. Just a sophomore, the southpaw continues to gain velocity with his fastball and some of his other pitches that have been lethal all season. Just this team from top to bottom, it just feels like, and I think Coach Doc shares the same sentiment, it's the best team he's ever had put together. And we're seeing that actuated on the field right now as they get their state title trophy later on.
And that's saying something from a team that 2 years ago, 5-inning, 10-0 against Harrison Central for a state championship. They kind of cruised through that one, but I think he's right because this team had to go through the state number 2 in a powerhouse in Coldwater to get here, and they did just that.
Number 32, Evan Yoder.
What a
Evan
team.
Yeah.
I mean,
Evan Yoder getting his medal now. He played first base today.
and I mean, just look at the lineup, top to bottom. I think everybody's contributed in some key moment throughout this season. Waynedale, 3 losses on the season, but that came late. Canton Glen Oak, a Division I team, they lost 2-1. Dover, 6-1. Lakewood St. Ed's, 8-4.
And then also Highland 9-3.
And then Highland 9-3, and Coach Doc does a great job keeping a couple games open, as most coaches do.
And he also does a good job playing them all.
Yes, playing them all and scheduling tough non-conference competition. This team went undefeated in the WCAL, and that was tough. 5 teams went to the district championship in the WCAL this year. 2 teams went to the regional in Norway, which they could have seen if Canton Central Catholic hadn't walked them off in the regional semifinal. Hillsdale should have won their district but gave up 11 in the 6th inning. Doughton even made a district championship game. So they were battle-tested in their conference and out, and they were able to work through it and win their 3rd state championship in 4 years as the coaching staff now getting their medals.
So coaches getting their medals, as Travis just said, and of course the tail end of the line there is Coach Doc, who took this job 5 years ago, took the reins from Justin McDowell, who left the job for Triway just a couple minutes away. Triway also had a great season this year. They were number 5 in the final poll in this very same division. And we know about Coach, as he's now going to make his way and get his medal. He's a pitching coach, and we have seen the results of that today with his sophomore stud, who is going to play even better as the years go on. Also Shane Koblenz, who pitched in the state semi. This is a player's coach.
Yes.
If I've ever seen one.
He was the perfect fit for Waynedale, and he's just going to continue doing this, as Doug Ute now has the honor of speaking to the Golden Bears. Tim Street will hand them the trophy here momentarily.
And the community support of this. Look at that community up here coming out to support.
Doug Ute pointing at everybody in Apple Creek.
And by the way, members of the community, Lucas took over this program 5 years ago, and they've averaged 26 wins each season. That's incredible. He's pointing out his team. Let's talk about part of this 5-year. You've been part of 4 trips to the state baseball tournament. You're part 30 wins this year. Your 4th regional championship in a row. Your 4th trip. 2022 when you were state champs. When you were sophomores, you were state champs. Last year, you made a trip to Final Four, and this year, seniors school's state championship trophy, Waynedale High School. Congratulations. I'm joined by our Director of Relations at the OHSA, Mr. Tim. On behalf of our member schools, our board of directors, and our staff today, we are very happy to present the baseball team from Waynedale, the 2025 Division V State Championship Trophy.
Congratulations to the Waynedale Golden Bears. They win their 3rd state championship in program history, all of which have come in this decade. And hats off to the seniors who just lifted that trophy, who have won all 3 of those in their tenure here as a Golden Bear.
Yeah. I mean, 5 years into the state Final Four, they had a runner-up after knocking off Clear Fork in their first trip to the championship game. My first year of covering high school sports, a good 9 years ago. But that was my first state Final Four covering, and now I get to, it comes full circle through 9 years. As there's the team picture of the Golden Bears. A lot of hardware between those seniors out there.
One final shout out to that class we've been mentioning all season long, all game long. Shout out to Josh Yoder, Jaden Schleybaugh, Tristan Franks, Shane Kelbwintz, Spencer Porter. And I feel like I missed one.
Troyer? You said Franks. I think you had them all. Yoder, Schleybaugh, Franks, Koblenz, Porter. Only 5. A lot of juniors coming back.
And a lot of sophomores that just now won their first state title.
They'll
be hungry for more.
They got a taste. Let's take a look at the final line score. There's the team and their photo, and there's the final line score. Graham Local able to get 5 hits, but Troyer worked his way around him, especially with some help from his battery mate. First and second, nobody out, a 1-0 game. And the biggest play was Franks throwing down the second on the missed bunt attempt for the out. Strikeout right after that completely flipped this game on its head. 0-5-3, 3-6-0 for the Golden Bears.
And next up for us on the broadcast schedule
Nothing.
is absolutely
Vacation.
nothing.
Vacation.
We look forward to seeing you next year, but that's next year, and we've got a couple months before that starts. So
like
we're
5
so
weeks.
excited and so happy to have you here live and free here on the OH Report. We are going to sign off. We will have our MVP interview live on all of our social medias. Also, a highlight of this game is coming along with the video broadcast after the game. Thanks to all of our sponsors covering Waynedale sports. Scrolling through your screen one final time. One final sign-off for me, Jonathan Langford, Travis Berardi, Brandon Powell, and Adam Thompson. See you in the fall on the OH